Although it's very difficult to disrupt the inertia of your life, sometimes it's necessary to do so. Inertia, as defined in classical physics, is the property of matter by which it tends to stay unchanged along a uniform path. Disruption on its own can leave us with a certain type of disjointed chaos. And with the astrophysical example, you can imagine dispersed particles in stardust clinging to nearby planets or being sucked into vacuums. Allow me to add an economic dimension to our scientific image of disruption. In the economic cosmos, disruptive innovation is defined as the process by which a smaller company might successfully challenge established businesses. The new entrants into the market deliver better suited functionality with simple applications. In this merger of the scientific and economic perspectives of disruption, I offer you a new idea that the most effective innovation and even the most functional you lies in the synergy of your most disjointed facets. I'll give you another example from my own life. When I was in high school, I wrote my college admissions essay pitting my love for science and the humanities against one another. At the conclusion of the essay, there really was no conclusion. Regardless, I ended up going to dental school, and in my third year, instead of applying to a specialty, I applied to master's programs in creative writing. And during those years as a student of fiction, I worked part-time as a dentist as well. Naturally, those things began to blend together. And even though my novel was originally a story about migrants, an American dental researcher made his way now into a fictional refugee camp. At the end of my master's, I continued writing, and it was actually a journalistic piece that I was working on, interviewing refugees in the largest camp in the world, when I was confronted with an unexpected question, one that I hadn't even sought out to explore. Here, a young man who had become my co-founder in our new organization was telling me that the most dire crisis facing his generation was actually their lack of proper education. So today, I am a writer, a healthcare professional, a human rights activist, and also an advocate for educational equity. And when I think of the topics of our discussion today, I'm compelled by our new definition of disruptive innovation, the one that we created just now across science and economics. And I'd like for you to develop your own definition, to imagine how you will use these seemingly separate parts of your personality, education, activism, and experience to build novel, cohesive solutions to global questions.